Do, 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 do. Hey! Yeah, it's me. It's me, Bob Flatley. Or I don't know what name I go under these days. Actually, I changed my name so many times. I don't even know what name I'm going under these days. Bob Flatley or Bob's your uncle or Captain Pank. Any of those names will do. I'm not on very often these days, I know, but there's a good reason for it. I've been diving deep into research and studying. There's a whole new rabbit hole now I'm going down. I've not spoke about this yet. I mean, the flat Earth and all that stuff, all that alternative cosmology stuff, and everything else. All the conspiracies, the self-empowerment. Self-empowerment's a good one. I'm actually surprised I've got 51 minutes on here. I don't get it. I thought I'd have like a couple of minutes. Big gap in my teeth. Looks like I got a tooth missing. Anyway, so yeah, all that conspiracy stuff. I mean, there's a plethora of information out there which doesn't get heard on the lamestream media, as they say. You know, the lamestream, as Ian Crane would say. I've watched a bit of Ian Crane. He's quite good, you know. He's on the ball. I've been watching the Crow House channel with Maxwell Hugan, and also, you know, he's good. He covers a lot of topics, you know, the conspiracy stuff, you know, Zionism, New World Orderism. Same with Ian Crane, but he takes it to a more sort of, he touches on sort of esoterical and you know, alternative history perspectives. I'll just put my laptop to one side so I can put my feet up. And you know what I mean? It's yeah. And then there's Ian Leakey, Flat Earth British. He's a good one. He's focusing mostly on the alternative histories. So this is basically what I've been looking into now, is alternative history. What his story? I mean, as in George Orwell in 1984, when O'Brien is speaking to Winston Smith. You know, the O'Brien is a torturer. He was pretending to be a member of the rebellion, but he was just a ruse, you know, a follower of Goldstein in the 1984 book. If anyone watches this video and has not read 1984 by George Orwell, I would recommend it. I'd strongly recommend it. It's more than just a novel, you know, and every time I read that, I've read it about 5 times so far, and I think I'm due to read it again, because every time I read 1984, it's like I read a different novel. It's like reading a different story. There's always something more. It's very deep. It gets right into the human psyche, you know. I've read it 4 or 5 times at least, maybe 6 times. I'm due to read it a 6th or 7th time, and it'll be like reading another book. And O'Brien says to Winston Smith, he says, well, he's after, you know, torturing him in the Ministry of Love. He says, he who controls the past, who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the future controls the present. I mean, that sums it all up, you know. And I've seen a video. I can't remember who it was now, but they showed a clip from the film 1984 as well of that particular incident where O'Brien, played by Richard Burton, and Winston Smith, played by John Hurt, top actors, you know. And then you've got another snippet from the film 300, you know, where the Greeks took on the Persian invasion. They tried to invade Greece, and the Greeks are like, you know, like the Spartans, isn't it? It was in that past. Was it the Battle of Thermopylae? I think it was called. Where 300 Greeks, 300 Spartans took on, like, I don't know, 100,000 or 500,000 Persian soldiers, and then they held it together, didn't they? Held that pass, the access into Greece, you know. 300 Spartans held them off until the main army came along and finally defeated the Persians, prevented the Persian invasion of Greece. Anyway, the Spartan guy, I forget, I don't know his name. He goes up to King Xerxes, the king of Persia, and Xerxes demands that he pays fealty to him. Bends his knee. He says, "Bend your knee, kneel to me." And the Spartan dude, I forget his name, the head Spartan, he says, "I would do, but I've got a bit of a stiff knee." He was like being really facetious with him. He wouldn't bend to him. And then, of course, because the King Xerxes got such a big ego, you know, God complex, he says, Shai says, "Then we will destroy Greece. We will destroy Greece. We will destroy your civilization. We will burn all the books. We'll burn all your buildings. And once we're finished with Greece, no one will ever know that Greece ever existed." That was the Xerxes line, you know. So you got the whole thing about rewriting of history coming from 1984. Xerxes, you know, 300. You have it everywhere. You have the whole thing about book burning. We all know about the burning of the book burning. It's a common thing, isn't it? Burn the books, you know, burn the history, burn the histories, conquer a country, conquer a nation, and then just destroy the history, as if it never existed. As in Hawkwind, there was that Hawkwind, the warriors at the edge of time, you know. What was it saying there? Warriors at the edge of time says, "We are humanity's scythe. We'll cut the enemy down as if they are weeds. We are humanity's flames. We'll burn away the weeds, the finest ash. We are humanity's spade. We'll dig away the roots." And it goes on and on, you know. Like, just totally, you don't just destroy an enemy. You burn away the history. You just you destroy them, and then you destroy any evidence that they ever even existed. So there are people, civilizations in this world that have completely been obliterated, completely wiped out, completely and utterly wiped out, as if they never existed. And you won't see in the mainstream history books, you know. But it's coming to light in the last year or so, 2 years. I don't know when it started coming up, but mud floods, foundlings, the Tartarian or Grand Tartaria or Tartarian Empire or whatever, the Great Tartaria. Reset civilizations, reset societies, star forts. We are walking, and you know, Antiquitech, as I think that's Martin Leakey's word. Martin Leakey, top guy, you know, Welsh dude. He's dedicated. He's really full on. I recommend. I'm going to put a few links in the descriptions. I'm going to put a few links in the description. I'll put Martin Leakey's there. There's John Levi as well, who does some good stuff on Antiquitech and Tartaria. And yeah, Maxwell Hugan mentions Tartaria quite a few times, plus a plethora of other conspiracy stuff. He's not a flat earther himself, Maxwell. I know he's expressed that he is not of the flat earth belief, but doesn't believe in the globe earth either. But hey ho, it doesn't really matter, does it, at the end of the day? You know, we know that we're being screwed by the powers that should not be, and we've been kept to the dark from the truth, you know. But yeah, I think this is the big thing. No, the history is a lie. His story. And then I watched a video recently where it says, I can't remember who it was now, but it said anything that happened before 200 years ago is questionable. But anything that happened before 500 years ago, anything said, it's written down that happened before anything that happened before 500 years ago is a complete make-believe, you know. So all we've got is living men. And today I watched a video by what's he called, Maxwell Hugan, and he said what did he say? Yeah, sorry. Brain freeze. He said, Maxwell Hugan said, all we've got is what we've got in living memory. Everything else is just written down. We don't even know if it really happened or not. End of part 1.